Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to YouTube too, man. Remember, every day is another day to chase your dream. Don't let nothing stop you coming between and intervene. Go check out the YouTube channel, Hustle Kings and Queens. Today we're doing a video on basically a 9-to-5 being a scam. A lot of people don't understand the mind frame of a person that works a 9-to-5. I basically want people to get the information, take it, run with it, and do something with it. Don't just, get offended by it or whatever just because you're in that situation at the moment. Just because you're in that situation at the moment, just because you start somewhere don't mean that's where you're going to end. So basically, I'm telling you this because every day that you wake up, you got another chance to actually do something about it. Don't actually think that you might be in a situation right now and you can't change it. That's not the case. Basically, I want to tell you, don't get caught up in the 40, 40, 40 scam. I'm going to let that pun and let you soak that up, let you understand exactly what I mean by that. The 40, 40, 40 scam. Reason I say that is because you work 40 hours a week for 40 years to retire off of 40% of what you made. I don't think you understood or heard what I said. You work 40 hours a week for 40 years to retire off of 40% of what you made. That is what is the 40-40 scam. Because you work your whole life working for somebody else, building their empire, and at the end of it, if you do anything wrong, they tell you you're going to get your pension, you're going to get your 401k, your 401k, your 40% of what you made one day. Basically, that's all it really stands for. I mean, you ain't got to believe me, you can do your research. And I mean, if you just think about it, think about this, okay? Why is it that you don't need no degree to start a business, but you need a degree to work for me? Any major big company, you need a degree to work for them. All you need is money to start a business, but you don't need no degree. I don't think you understand and hear what I'm saying, man. You don't need no degree to go work for somebody else. Please make that make sense to me. If you can make that make sense to me, then I might entertain what you're saying. No, I'm sorry, I won't. That's a lie. I will not entertain what you're saying because I know for a fact the depths of it. Because basically what happens is it's a cycle that actually keeps you going to school. So basically, you think about it like this. If you the founders of the country, okay, the people that you need to work in your plants and in your fields, right, back in the day, slavery started around the same, okay, schooling started around the same time that slavery was going on. But if they got kids, how can they put you in the field or in the plant to make money if you got to watch your kids? That's all I'm saying. So basically, that was the whole point of the schooling, because while you're in school, your parents can work, okay? And by the time you get done working and go home to deal with your kids, you too tired to try to do anything to build a company to put them out of business or to be a competition to them. I don't think you hear me now. I don't think you understand, okay? Watch this. Let me show you something else now. It's how many hours in a day? 24, okay? First off, before I even go any farther in the depth on what I'm saying right now and trying to get you to understand the meat of this, they want you to sleep 8 hours a day, 6 to 8 hours a day. If you sleep 8 hours a day, how many hours is half a day? 12. That means you 4 hours away from sleeping half your life away. Half of it, okay? Already. Okay, now hence on top of that, you break those 24 hours down into 8 segments, okay? 8-hour segments. How many segments do you got? You only got 3. So if you work in 8 hours and sleep in 8 hours, how many hours does that leave you in a day? 8 more hours. So, hence the time, depending on how close your job is and from you, you're going to spend at least an hour or two maybe driving back and forth to work. Okay? Then, on top of that, when you get home, you're going to have to deal with your kids and your household duties. Cooking, cleaning, getting the kids ready for school the next day. Okay? So that's automatically, I say maybe 2-3 hours gone. Then, what do you do with the other 5 to 6 hours? You're going to watch TV, or you're going to scroll on Facebook, scroll on Instagram, you're going to scroll on Twitter, whatever the case may be. And you'll lose track of time real quick. A lot of people don't understand that a lot of these tools that keep coming out are really just more distractions and more distractions and more distraction to keep you from doing something positive with your life. Because if you got stuff in front of you to distract you, then I don't have to worry about you doing anything productive to keep you from being a competition or being a threat. I don't have to worry about that because I done stuck something in front of you. That's just like, say for instance, when the child is getting on your nerve, or the child is, you know what I'm saying, the child is just bored, so he's doing a whole bunch of stuff that you don't want him to do. So what do? You either give him your phone, you sit him in front of a TV, or you give him something to do. You give him a distraction to keep him from either getting in trouble or doing something he ain't got no business doing. Hence, the same thing. It's just, I'm going to keep putting stuff in front of you to keep you from being a distract, to keep you from being a threat. I'm going to keep distracting you. Okay? It's just like all the foolishness going on with Trump and Iran right now. To me, it seems and sounds like this is just something that Trump is doing to keep you, to stay at the forefront of your mind for election time. Hey, I could totally be wrong, but hey, I don't know. All I know is, don't be fooled by the foolishness, man. Do not succumb. Excuse my language for lack of better words. I really don't have the lack of better words, but I feel like this is just a great way of expressing it to make you understand. Excuse my language for it. Don't get caught up in the bullshit, period. Because you can start your own business out here. And like I said earlier, why is it that it costs you nothing to start a business, but you have to go to school for 12 years, graduate, and all that to work for them? If you go look up a book called Republican of Pillars, it'll tell you that basically when they realized that a smart slave is better than a dumb slave, because now we can use one slave to teach another slave, when they did away with slavery, they made it okay for blacks to understand, to learn. Okay? Why is that? Because at the end of the day, it's not even about learning. It's not at all. It's about making sure that your parents have the way to be able to have you out the way so they can work for them. And the schooling system is designed to have you prepared, prep, and teach you about working in factories. Hence the reason, sit in a straight line. Raise your hand when you want to be spoken to, when you want to talk, when you want to acknowledge something, when you want to answer a question. Move upon bells, dress codes, all of this. A lot of this has to do with the fact that it is to instill, to mental condition you to be ready to work in factories and plants. Okay. Do you understand how... You know that you could damn near get a person to do anything for you for $10 an hour? But what is $10 an hour really? Okay, watch this. The more minimum wage raises, what else raises? Everything around you. Pricing fluctuation. Even a pack of chicken done went up now. Anything. I remember when these right here used to be $3.31. Now they almost $7, man. I remember when gas used to be dirt cheap. But now look at it. You know what I'm saying? I remember when any and everything that you dealt with used to be cheap. If you go in the post office right now, the price of stamps have went up. Okay? Now I'm trying to show you something. I'm going to tell you something, all right? If you can't see that online businesses are actually making a dramatic change right now, go and check out how much from the last 3 years the price change has changed in postage, because they're making more money. What I would say, if somebody was smart, what UPS or FedEx would do, if they were smart, they would figure out a way, they would come up with a system for you to actually have to say what it is that you're shipping in these, but it be concealed only to the UPS or the FedEx people, okay? They have a tracker on the package so the package couldn't get lost, but it would have to specify what it is on it so they know, for whatever reason, whatever they would come up with, right? But the reason I say that is because if FedEx or UPS was smart enough to actually start housing some of the stuff that is being shipped through them and actually started selling it, they would be a billionaire in the first year. Because everything is going online. Sorry about that, y'all. But everything is going online, okay? Now, if you actually think about the fact that it won't be long until almost everything where jobs are is actually obsolete. It's no longer there. Because if you think about how much stuff is going electronic technology wise as far as what you can do and what they don't need you to do anymore, you got the trash truck now that can pick it up by itself. You got the self-checkout lines. You got all of this stuff. You think about any Kroger that stays open later than, I think it's like 11 or 12, no more people are at them cash registers. They got one person in there just in case something happens at that cash register. That's it. If that's the case, then what's going on next? Watch this. Even Walmart is doing it. Eventually it's going to come to the point where you don't even have to have that one person to come out to bring the stuff to you. Because they're going to come up with a system to where you can basically just pull up, drive up, and the stuff will be waiting on you at the window. You put in your order number, and it'll be put in a conveyor belt. Like, you know, at the banks where they have the thing where it come out. They already have grocery stores. Look it up. They already have grocery stores where there's a conveyor belt that has everything lined up. You type in what you want, and it comes out, and it sends it down to you. Everything is on a roll. Everything is on a conveyor belt. If you think that's happening in smaller places or in particular places, you don't think that's going to happen somewhere all over the world eventually? You got McDonald's that are being completely ran by robots in the world. Look it up. This is why we perish for lack of knowledge, man, because we do not look up stuff. We do not do the research. We do not know. We do not plan ahead of time to actually be able to get out of the situation, okay? Now watch this. You know your job really don't care about you? If you was to die today, okay, your job would be posted before your obituary. They would have somebody, they would be looking for somebody new for you and your job before your obituary even went up. And if they really cared about you, they would help or something. They would do something, but you're nothing but a pawn to them. So I'm saying this to you to actually advance yourself and give you time to actually start preparing for this situation instead of being caught in the crossfire when shit goes haywire. Because, I don't know exactly how long it's going to be, but I give and take, it won't be long. It will not be long because you got to think about it. Amazon is already putting a lot of stores out of businesses. How many brick and mortar stores do you know that are actually going out of business? It's a lot of them. It's a lot of them. A lot of brick and mortar stores have gone out of business. You got malls that are closing down. Those are jobs that people just lost out the window. Look at Toys R Us, one of the biggest toy factories in the world. I buy some of their stuff on pallets now and sell it online. Period. It's plenty of ways out here for you to make money. Just start researching ways that you can make money in person. Stop trying to find these online schemes. Find something that you can buy in person and then you sell it online. Don't just try and go and get you a get rich quick scheme as far as you paying some money online, don't know who it's going to, can't see your product, don't know nothing about nothing. Go and find you something that you, okay, first thing, this is what I want you to do. Go look up stuff on auction. Okay, I'm going to tell you something. I sell online on multiple sites, right? If you go on my YouTube page, you'll see I'll be giving you free game. I'll show you. Look, okay, watch this. Start going to the flea markets, right? Okay? Go to the flea market, start you up an eBay account, and look up all of the stuff that you're going to try and purchase or that you see before you purchase it. It's a lot of old stuff that is not accessible anymore that people will pay good money for. I'm going to give you an example. DVD and VCR combos, okay? Free game now. I'm not charging you for this. Free game. DVD and VCR combos will go anywhere from $75 to $150 a piece. If you don't believe me, go look up some of them right now. You got online where you can find at a flea market a turntable, an old turntable, $20, $30, right? Maybe even cheaper than that if the person doesn't know what they have. They going anywhere from $150, $235, $550. Old gaming systems. If I was to show you some of the stuff that I got right now, you'd be like, what you doing with that, man? Bruh, it's a guy that I go and buy. I got new retail items that I buy from a guy that sells pallets that are from Target, Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, and etc. And I sell all those items online. But then I got another guy that actually takes items that are to be thrown away from a retail store, and he actually doesn't throw them away, he resells them. I bought a whole pallet of gaming stuff for $60. A whole pallet, a big pallet now. A big, huge pallet, okay? This had all kinds of multiple consoles in it, gaming consoles. If you don't know any research about gaming, if you don't know anything about gaming, just go look it up. Go look it up. I promise you, you'll be surprised. Go look up old consoles. Go look up NES's, Nintendo 64, Xbox One's original. All of the stuff that you can't find anymore. Why? Because it is becoming a collector edition. Why? Because everything is changing with technology. Just the way, okay, now you can get a thumb drive and plug it into any game. Download all of the old games on it, and you can make a game have anywhere from 200, 2,500, 7,500 games on it, and you can sell them for $150 to $200-$300. Go download some of these selling apps and watch what I tell you. You just look up the old consoles and find out how much they're going for. What happened to them? Were they modified? Were they not modified? You can go and look, man. Okay, I go to the flea market and look for anything that's old and new. Say, for instance, watch this. The other day, I went to this lady's booth at the flea market, right? And she had, I think it was like 6 or 7 vintage cameras in it, okay? I paid $20 for all the cameras. I got one that I sold already out of that for $25, right? Just one. I got other Polaroid cameras that I'm selling for like $80, $90. It was 2 Polaroid cameras in there. There was an X700 Minolta camera in there. I went back later on and bought a 3-pack, no, actually it was a 6-pack of Fiji film from this same lady in a Yahtzee handheld game that was the old vintage retro game in the box, new in the box, for $3. I put that same film, actually it's a different pack, it's not even the same one. I put the same film that I got from a lot of CVS palette. It had medicine, hair products, eyeliners, because you know a lot of CVS's went out of businesses. It was a Target palette as well, okay? Now, basically, what I'm saying is, half of the stuff that you spend your money on and you're letting another corporation get over on you on, you can make money and you can build your own family. You can build your own empire for your family. Stop letting somebody else get all of your valuable time when you need to be spending your time with your kids. You need to be showing your kids another way. You need to be building an empire for yourself. Because at the end of the day, if you keep working that 9 to 5, how can you actually get ahead if it's only 24 hours in a day and you work 8, you sleep 8, and then when you get home, you scrolling online and you're not doing anything with your time? I'm not saying just stop and quit your job. Do your research. Start a brand. Start a business. Start something. It don't matter if you can. It's like my daughter's mother. My daughter's mother does hair, but she would not go full throttle with it. And I'm like, if you're only gonna do this, just excuse my language, but for shits and giggles, Why even waste your time? Why don't you do something that you got passion for, that you can actually put your heart into? Because if you're not going to do it full time and you don't get but 8 hours to yourself, really ain't even that, because you working at Walmart, and Walmart is one of the biggest corporations that don't give a shit about you. This in particular Walmart that she working at, she works overtime and they don't give her none of her overtime. Like, when I say it's a lot of foolishness going on in this world, man, and these people don't give a shit about you. If something was to happen to you today and you died, they wouldn't care. Your job would be up before your obituary. Period. So stop trying to look out for them and look out for you and yours. You don't want, look, I'm going to put it like this. You don't want to wait until everything goes online and you don't know what to do because you didn't take advantage of the opportunities that were right in front of you. You didn't start doing your research, so you hit that spot. You hit that spot in between of where everything crumbles and everything takes off. Because the people that knew this was going to happen, they're prepared for that threshold, that crossing in between there from when shit goes haywire and when shit goes good. Because when when all of these jobs just go out of business and don't nobody know what to do about it, there's going to be a threshold to where shit goes crazy. Because, watch this, a lot of people don't understand that movies are mental conditioning, okay? If you think back and think about how before the phone started being able to listen to you and you tell it what to do with Siri and Google and all of that, did they come out with a movie that was going to prep you to make you think that was okay so you wouldn't question it and be like, man, that's just weird as fuck? Yep. You know what it was called? iRobot. And what is the phone call that came out around that time that was so big? Because they already had Apple, but what was the phone call right after that? iRobot, iPhone. I'm just trying to expand your mind, man. Don't be walking around out here blind with your eyes wide open. You see that everything is transitioning online, okay? I'm going to put it to you like this. You go to your local Goodwill store right now and go to the electronics department and watch how much, if you've ever been to Goodwill, watch how much those prices have changed. Like, you used to be able to get a unit, electronic unit online, well, in Goodwill for like $10, $20. Now you go in there, you liable to have to pay $79, $80. Why? Because Google has smartened up. They realize that people are coming into Google and buying these items and taking them and reselling them online. So, if that's the case, that ought to show you that, look, there's something going on right here, man. Like, you might want to pay close attention, because I promise you, what I'm telling you is so factual. Do not get caught in left behind. Jump on with the bandwagon now. If you're not selling online, I don't care what you got to do. I don't care where you got to go. But figure out how you can sell online now. Do not wait till it's too late, because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. You will have so many people trying to get online and sell with Amazon. Look. There goes the UPS truck right there. Right there. Know why? Know why? Because somebody ordered something online. Somebody ordered something offline. I promise you, you got to understand what is really going on right here, man. Everything is going online. I know people now that buy and resell that don't even open up their doors anymore until Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. No, they don't even open on Sunday. Why? Because the business is not there. People don't have the extra money, because as soon as they get paid, it's gone. They either spending their money paying their bills, or either they only spending their money on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And Sunday is fun day. I'm trying to give you, bruh, look, like, I don't think you understand what I'm saying. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel. I've been slacking because I've been selling online, and it's been having me tied up with taking pictures, posting, listing, and all that. But I'm going to start back uploading on there. But I promise you, man, you want to be mindful of this, man. You don't want to wait. Okay, watch this. If you don't build yourself a business for your kids right now online, right? When everything goes over and under, what are your kids going to do? Where your kids gonna work? How your kids gonna live? Are they gonna be a slave? You know what the new slavery is? They control you mentally and they control your money. Because it's hard to get ahead when you can't make no money. If I tie up all your time and I only pay you once or twice a week, how can you get ahead? Because for one, you spending most of your time driving back and forth to work. And you spending the money that I gave you to put in gas to drive to get to work. You gotta eat. Watch this. Let me show you something. Right? Okay? Stop spending your time. I don't know if it froze up on your end, but okay, watch this. Stop spending your time in front of a TV unless you're watching me. Like, for real. Stop spending your time in front of a TV. Why? Because the TV is for the poor people. It's a mental conditioning. Like I told you, watch this. I'm going to show you something now. Watch this now. This came from the words of somebody else, okay? But watch this. It hit me like crazy when I thought about it, right? Watch this, okay? What type of commercials do you see on TV? Don't worry, I'll wait. You see shit like McDonald's, Subway, Cheddar's, Zaxby's, shit like that. But have you ever in your lifetime seen a Gucci commercial? You ever seen a Louis Vuitton commercial? You ever seen a Cristal commercial? You ever see anything that's high-end commercial? You know why? Because the people that can afford it ain't spending their time watching that shit. I promise you, you better understand what I'm saying. As long as they keep you distracted in that TV and in that phone, you don't pose no threat. You are nobody. You're just another person. Okay, this is what I used to tell my daughter mother all the time. When we had the business in the mall, and she would walk by all the booths in the mall, and they would be trying to pitch to her and sell to her, and she always wanted to tell me, ooh, I want to look at that, ooh, I like that, or ooh, this. One simple thing. You're going to be a victor or a victim your whole life. Because if every time you turn around and let somebody distract you and take you off from what you know you came here to do and need to do, you're stopping yourself from going where you need to go. And yeah, when you get big and when you grow, you're going to have a lot of people that are going to say you changed. And a lot of people that are going to hate. But guess what? You getting all that money to stay the same? The fuck? When you get a different type of money, you gotta do different type of shit. You can't stay where you used to be because the people that are around you, they don't want to see you elevate. They want to see you do good, but never better than them. Understand that. Understand that. They want to see you do good, but never better than them, unless they can come with you. Okay? Now, people out here running around screaming this Black Lives Matter, Black Power, this, that, and the third. But as soon as you get a black card, you move your ass out the black area. Why? Because you worried about them same people that's in your hood trying to keep you down. Okay? All of that is built around a 9-to-5 system because 9-to-5 working is a new form of slavery, man. I promise you it is. If you live in check to check, I don't have to worry about you leaving to go to another job. And even if you do, guess what? You're still in the same cycle. So it don't really make it no better unless you go into a better job. But a better job nowadays has to be like $30, $35 an hour. Stuff that you went to school for years. But if you went to school for it for years, guess what? You got to spend the money that you're making to pay back them damn student loans. But at the same time, you don't have to pay no money to start your business. You can go on IRS.gov right now and apply for you a business license. Right now.